Just heading out to pick up a few things before I go on my hike tomorrow. If you're like me, living in the city, one of the stops you're going to have to make is gasoline. Oh, wow. Would you look at that? Looking for a good place to pick up some gas. Red lights, always red lights. How about there? Oh, this is getting ridiculous. I swear the last time I filled up it was $2.5. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to give in sometime. Well, that hurt a little. So stay tuned, because when we come back, I'll be out in the wilderness and we'll be talking about gas prices. And I'll share some of the things I've learned about the cost of cooking in the wild. 7 cents a liter jump. Wow. Welcome to the EconoChallenge tips and tricks. Today we're talking a little bit about gas prices. I wanted to use the price of regular gasoline as a starting point because it's a cost familiar to all of us. And some of us, like me, are getting pretty fussed up about the price of gas these days. $1.09 per liter is what I paid to get out here today, and just for fun that works out to $4.13 per gallon for our American viewers. But that's not what you're paying per gallon, is it? Nope. The average price per gallon in New York State, just across the border, is $2.89 per gallon according to Energy Information Administration. Now, if you're watching from Europe, you must be wondering, what's he whining about? For example, the price per liter converted to Canadian dollars for the UK is almost $2. For our friends in Sweden, $1.90. But all that is just to give you a reference as we look at the cost of some of the more popular fuels we use to cook our food out here in the wild. First on the list is the most popular fuel carried on the EconoChallenge, and the fuel that I personally carry, naphtha, or white gas, or camp fuel. One problem with using white gas as a fuel is if you're a low volume user like myself, it doesn't store very well. It degrades over time. That forces me to purchase it 1 liter at a time at about $8 per liter. Now stay with me folks, you'll see where I'm going with this. Next on the list is kerosene. This fuel works out to be the least expensive on our list at $2.40 per liter. Randy Hood tried this out once, and as careful as he was to try not to spill fuel, after about, 2 days, he started to smell a bit like an automotive repair shop. Needless to say, he cheerfully switched back to the more expensive naphtha gas. Okay, here's where it gets interesting, I promise. Next on our list is a fuel carried by Zowie and Steph, and that would be propane. To be carried as a liquid, propane must be carried under pressure in these little green tanks. Now if you do carry these, then you've probably been faced with the 2-tank dilemma. You see, it can be difficult to judge how much fuel you have in an open tank. Will it be enough or not? So to be sure you're going to have enough fuel, and to avoid begging from some of your hiking mates for fuel when you run out, you carry 2 tanks. Your old half-filled tank and a new one in case you run out. Today you can pick up one of these 16 fluid ounce tanks of propane for around $4.89. Now if I convert fluid ounces to liters, that works out to about $10.75 per liter. That's 10 times more expensive than regular gasoline and 4.5 times more expensive than kerosene. So I guess the question is at this point, Are you getting 4.5 times more value for your money? Well, Zowie can simmer. That's got to be worth something, eh? But oh, there's all these empty tanks to dispose of. Okay, this next group of stoves I found very interesting. Steph was the first to introduce us to these new stoves, and they burn liquid petroleum gas, a mixture of propane, butane, and some other tanes. They offer hikers a variety of lightweight models at reasonable prices. The Primus Classic Trail Stove is a brilliant example. It retails for around $24. That's a long way from $120 that I paid for my MSR Whisper Light that burns naphtha. But I think these exotic fuel manufacturers have taken a page from the profit manual of printer manufacturers. We'll offer the printer at ridiculously low cost because we know we're going to make it up in the overpriced print cartridges they're going to fill it with. Okay, you ready? One 7.6 fluid ounce tank of liquid petroleum gas retails for around $5.50. So converting fluid ounces to liters, that works out to $25 per liter. Wow! Now that's got to be some pretty amazing stuff at over 10 times the price of kerosene. Two-tank dilemma. Now the chemists might say, wait! That's not fair! You're getting a much higher energy density with the liquid petroleum. 10 times higher? I don't remember Steph ripping off any boil times that were faster than my Whisper Light. Now, digging just a little deeper into the cost, I find out that these things are manufactured really far from here. In places like Japan, Korea, or how about Estonia? I had to look it up. That's more than 6,000 kilometers from here. Okay, last on our list is alcohol. I'm talking your ethanol, your methanol, or even your isopropyl. Purchased at a hardware store, a 1 liter bottle like this will cost you around $4.20. That's almost double the price of kerosene, yes, but without the smell. You can burn this stuff in a stove that you make yourself. Even commercially available alcohol stoves like the Vargo Triad or the Trangia run you around $30. Very reasonable. Clear plastic will allow you to closely monitor your fuel on long trips. And alcohol, like the brand I'm using today, is manufactured close to home. In my case, Montreal, Toronto, Edmonton, or Vancouver. So, if you're just starting out and you're seeing this video, you are very lucky. If you're considering a change, we are hoping that some of the information we gave you in this video will help you decide. And if you're looking for more information about some of the stuff I talked about in this video, look down below in the information box and we'll put some links there for you. And as always, we look forward to your comments and thank you for watching. That's a wrap. We got it in the can. Woohoo! Yeah!